Okay. Do you know which subject we are teaching? I am here to teach you. Which subject? Geography. I think that is clear. What is geography? What is geography? Keep it interactive and not right. You may think like that. What is geography? Geo and graphy ಅಲ್ವಾ? So ಏನ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇದೆ? I want to know. Huh? Study about Earth. Nice. Exactly. Geo ಅಂದ್ರೆ Earth ಅಲ್ವಾ? And only Earth, not about anything else. See, natural sciences anta barutte, right? There are so many subjects in that. Geography is connected to everything else. You take human, anything which is related to human, like economic geography is there, social geography is there, right? Is it there or not? Historical geography is there. Geology is connected to geography. So geography is not only related to Earth, right? It is also related to Earth and relation of Earth surface with humans, right? Because humans are causing so much of impact on the Earth surface, right? We are doing various economic activities. Are we not giving any impact on Earth? ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ನಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ವೋ? ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, right? So there is a very strong bond between Earth and humans. And in modern times, humans is central part of geography, right? You take mining activities, right? You take we are changing the climate also. Climate change is one of the biggest threats, right, in this era. Don't you agree to that? So geography is not only related to Earth surface and related to the Earth surface and atmosphere and oceanography, but it is also related to how human is related to those things. So human bandre ella barutte. Economic geography barutte. We also study human population, demography, and those concepts we study as part of geography. So remember that geography is not only what you imagine. Now, geography and Takshana, we only remember like Earth, we draw Earth, world map, and all. That is not, because many questions are being asked from economic geography and human geography. If you take this year mains questions and even prelims question, they ask about resources, right? Right. So they are connected to humans, right? So human is very central part of this geography. So in this class today, we will just get introduced ourselves with the subject. Okay. After that, we will discuss some of the questions from 2023 exams. Because why to discuss questions in the end? Let's discuss in the beginning so that we will get some idea how to go up after completing every chapter. We will get to know how questions might be asked from that chapter. If we get to know how questions are being asked in the exam. So today in the first class, I have kept it for introduction to the syllabus and also discussion of this year's question papers, mains as well as prelims. Fine. Okay. Okay. So I will introduce you to the syllabus. Maybe something was there. Shall I write it down or how to get it? Go back. This. See, overall, I told you geography includes both physical aspects as well as human aspects. So can we divide geography into two categories? Which are they? Physical and human. So we study geography. See, here also, here in the word geography itself, you will understand what is geography actually. Geo means earth, right? Graphion means description. What is this? Description. We're describing what? Earth. In so many ways, not only in terms of its physical geography. In so many ways, we are describing Earth. That's what actually is geography. We will get to that when we start the actual topics. Okay, so we can divide geography into two categories. Which are they? Physical and human. Right. You must have to remember this. Otherwise, you will not sustain in the preparation if you do not know what you have to study. Because it's a, if you have an order, then nothing is more complex. If you do not have order, it feels like you are lost somewhere, right? Like you have lost in the middle of an ocean, right? If you do not know which direction you have to go exactly, in which coordinate are you should know the address where you are, so that you can find a best route to reach the goal, right? So here for geography also, we have to decipher the syllabus in so much detail that everything how we are going to prepare a plan for all of the classes you should know, right? First, understand randomly the order I will give you. So physical and human geography. Within physical, world geography, at global scale you can study, and one more at Indian level, right? Global and world, and don't write it down, I'll give you handouts will be there. uh, this is for your understanding. Physical geography can be divided into world and India. So world physical geography, what will you study? See, here it includes concepts, basically concepts, right? So which you can apply at India level and world level also. Understood? So let's understand what do we study in physical geography. Do you have any idea what do we study in physical geography? ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಭೌತಿಕ ಭೂಗೋಳಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ವಾ? ಭೌತಿಕ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? What is physical actually? Tell me anything you know. Keep it interactive. ಒಂದ್ ಏನ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇದ್ರು ಹೇಳಿ. ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಏನ್ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ? ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ that we can touch, right? That's the start from there. What can we study in physical geography? Yes, exactly. Climate we study because climate is a physical element which is present there. So climatology we study. It's very important component of physical geography. Climate ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Climatology. Actually, it's a study of what? Atmosphere. Atmosphere. Right. Study of atmosphere. It's like we study as part of climatology. Then what do we study? ಈ ಗೋಳಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಶಿಲಾಗೋಳ, ಜಲಾಗೋಳ, ಲಿಥೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್, ಹೈಡ್ರೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್, ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್, ದೆನ್ ಬಯೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್. ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಯಾವ್ದು ಹೇಳಿ? ಇದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರಾ? ಹೇಳಿ. ಲಿಥೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್, ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್. Stratosphere is one layer in the atmosphere. Yes. So lithosphere, hydrosphere. ಭೂಮಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಿದೆ? ಮೇಲಿಂದ ನೋಡಿ, ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ ಇಂದ ನೋಡಿ ಏನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಒಂದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಾ? ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ? ಶಿಲೆಗಳಿರುವಂತ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಾ? ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಲಿಥೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್. ಲಿಥೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ಸ್, ಪ್ಲೇನ್ಸ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಿಥೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್. ದೆನ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್. ಹೈಡ್ರೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ water, jalagola. So we have oceans, rivers, and other water bodies, lakes and other water bodies, right? That do we study as part of hydrosphere. Then next, atmosphere. Atmosphere ಏನಿದೆ? Layers of gases, right? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಓದ್ತೀವಿ? Climatology. Okay, leave it. So one more Sphere is biosphere. This is what actually we study in physical geography. We study about lithosphere. Okay. ಇದನ್ನೇ ನೀವು in terms of geography call it geomorphology ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್. ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ geography ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಏನು ಓದ್ತೀವಿ? ಜಿಯೋಮಾರ್ಫಾಲಜಿ. ಜಿಯೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ತ್, ಮಾರ್ಫಾಲಜಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ರೂಪ, ಭೂಮಿ ರೂಪ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ? ಈ ಲಿಥೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ವಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ? ಜಿಯೋಮಾರ್ಫಾಲಜಿ. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನ್ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ಗೆ? ಓಷಿಯಾನೋಗ್ರಫಿ. This is first geomorphology, then oceanography. Alva. See again, graphy under description. What are you describing here? Ocean. Here, what are we describing? Earth, mainly lithospheric part. Atmosphere we study climatology. Right, climatology, yes. This is again one more small component is there. We should not ignore that also. Biogeography. Biogeography. So I will start from where? Geomorphology. Then we will proceed to climatology. Then we will study oceanography. Then we will study biogeography. Okay. After finishing geomorphology, you should know that we are going to climatology actually. Then this order we will follow. Geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, and biogeography. Artha ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? Are you understanding what? How many are you actually following me? Okay, how many of you are not following me? None? Okay. So, first the geomorphology. We are studying physical geography. I mean, we will study physical geography first. Right? Shall I revise again? Geography includes physical geography and human geography. Right? Physical geography name geomorphology, this climatology, oceanography, and biogeography. Right? So then human geography will come to know. What human geography is just like simple. What do we study in human geography?
Population.
Yes, demography will study, right? Like population growth and distribution. World ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತರ population distribute ಆಗಿದೆ, and what are the other aspects related to humans? Like for example, human development ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Human development index ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಯಾರು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? Okay, tomorrow will tell me. Okay, human development index ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? So there what we study related to humans. What is the skill level, right? Health status ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ humans, education level ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ, and other developmental aspect related to humans. So that do we study as part of human geography, like, right? After that, we study economic geography. Economic geography we study economic activities. Economic activities. For example, primary, secondary, and tertiary activities ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತಾ? Primary, secondary, tertiary activities. Example ಅಲ್ಲಿ primary activity ಗೆ agriculture and mining. Okay, so ಆ ತರ. Secondary ಗೆ industry, manufacturing. Third one is services. ಮತ್ತೆ next ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು? Tertiary ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ವಾ? Quaternary ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ವಾ? They are there. We will study all of that where? Here. Economic activities we will study. After that, we will study agriculture also. Then we study resources. Resources in the pakka. ಬರ್ದಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ questions ಇದೆ 100%. You will definitely get questions from resources, both in mains as well as prelims. If you study this chapter, definitely some marks you are going to get in exam. 100% resources. So, and then we'll also study transport systems and all. Transport ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? You need not write on, will give handouts, no? ನಾನು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ರಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಓಕೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರ್ಬೋದು? ರೋಡ್ವೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ರೋಡ್ವೇಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ದೆನ್ ರೈಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. airways are there, waterways are there, and other transport systems are also there. Yes. Oh, I don't know that. So leave that. Human geography, you get some idea. You got some idea. So physical geography. Let's come back to physical geography. What is that in physical geography? Where we have started? Where we have left out? Geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, and biogeography. So geomorphology ಏನು ಓದ್ತೀವಿ? Keep understanding the word also. Geo ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ. ಮಾರ್ಫೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾರ್ಫ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಅದು ರೂಪ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಭೂಮಿ ರೂಪ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ? ರೂಪ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಅದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪೆರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಹಾ, ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಟೋಪೋಗ್ರಫಿ ನಮ್ದು? ಹಾ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ರಿಲೀಫ್ ಲೋ ಇದೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೈ ಇದೆ. ಹೈ ರಿಲೀಫ್, ಲೋ ರಿಲೀಫ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ವಾ? ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಇದೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ವ್ಯಾಲೀಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಾರ್ತ್ ಕಡೆ ಏನಿದೆ? we have mountains, north mountains, Himalayas we have, right? And again western ghats, eastern ghats are there. In between we have plateau. South India is completely what? Plateau ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಸ್ಥಭೂಮಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ವಾ? ಎಸ್. So again North Indiaದಲ್ಲಿ we have again plains, right? So like that, I'm taking example of India. You take whole of the earth, there's so many modifications. So that what do we study here in geomorphology? We study such structures, formations, and the study of whole lithosphere. Okay. So here we should come from origin of earth. Origin of earth. First we'll study what? Origin of earth. Bhumi ಹೆಂಗ್ ಹುಟ್ಕೊಂತು? We start from that fundamental question. Not only earth, but whole of the universe. Right. So first earth na study ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ earlier study ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ they started from origin of earth itself. Okay. Even the geographer and all, when they started to know, when they started to give some theories, initially they gave theories for the formation of earth, but later on Big Bang theory ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂತಲ್ವಾ? So the concern was not just earth. They wanted to know how whole the universe has formed. Okay. So we will study some of the theories related to origin of earth. Okay. Questions ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, but we should know it. Okay. After understanding how earth formed, within this chapter we will study different layers of earth, how they formed. Different layers ಅಂದ್ರೆ same lithosphere, hydrosphere, oceanosphere. Within this chapter we'll study how different layers of earth are, how different layers of earth, different layers ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಲಿಥೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್, ಹೈಡ್ರೋಸ್ಪಿಯರ್, atmosphere, and also life. Small, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್, ಇವಾಗಿರೋ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬಂತು, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಯ್ತದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಲೈಕ್ ಒಂದು ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಅರ್ತ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬಂತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತು ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಸನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದ, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಉಟ್ಕೊಂತು, ಗ್ಯಾಲಾಕ್ಸೀಸ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಉಟ್ಕೊಂತು. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತುಂಬಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ಇಟ್, right? We are studying general studies, so you should understand how they have come. You should have that idea. So after understanding universe, you know how earth formed and how moon formed, right? And after understanding all that, we'll study different layers of earth. Then we'll take one by one. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? So then what we'll take, we study different layers of earth. Earth interior ಓದೋಣ, right? Interior ಹೆಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ, right? Earth's interior. Earth's interior ಏನೇನಿದೆ? Yes, there are three basic layers, right? Which are they? Core, mantle, and crust. So we'll study ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು We'll study all important aspects related to exams and we'll solve questions also. Okay. So what do we study? Next, we will study about one concept called earth movements. Earth movements. Or ಅರ್ತ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಅರ್ತ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಉಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಾಗಿಂದ ಹಂಗೆ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? It is continuously changing. Earth, yeah, it is revolving. That is fine. But within Earth, uh, the the upper part, crust, is it modifying or not? Change ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So we study here, right? So ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು geomorphic process ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Geomorphic processes. Geomorphic processes. So mainly geomorphic process ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಭೂಮಿಯ ರೂಪ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ರೈಟ್, ಏನೇನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ? ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ 2 types ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್, ಎಂಡೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಂಡೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅರ್ತ್ ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್. ಎಕ್ಸೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್. ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೀ? ಜಿಯೋಮಾರ್ಫಿಕ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಎಂಡೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸೋಜೆನಿಕ್. ಎಂಡೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ? ಅರ್ತ್ ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ ಇಂದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಅರ್ತ್ ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ ಇಂದ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೇರ್? ಅರ್ತ್ ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್. ಎಕ್ಸೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್, ಎಕ್ಸೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಏನಿರ್ಬೋದು ಮೇಲೆ? ಏನ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಇದೆ ಮೇಲೆ? ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಏನ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು? You have heard about agents? Huh? Agents, erosional agents ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಓದ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೆದರಿಂಗ್, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಶೀತಲೀಕರಣ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. ವೆದರಿಂಗ್, ರೈಟ್? ದೆನ್ ಎರೋಜನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಾಸ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. So questions can be from any topic. Okay, especially mass movement ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಭೂ ಕುಸಿತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ, ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್. So questions are being asked from this topic. I think in last few years 2-3 times only on landslide UPSC has asked questions. Landslide mainly Western Ghats and Himalayas ಮೇಲೆ question ಕೇಳಿದೆ, right? So all of they'll study. This is external, right? Weathering ಎಲ್ಲ ಭೂಮಿ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗೋದಲ್ವಾ? ಇರೋಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಇರೋಷನಲ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇರೋಷನಲ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ದೆನ್ ವಿಂಡ್, ರೈಟ್? ದೆನ್ ಗ್ಲೇಷಿಯರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ದೀಸ್ 3 ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋಷನಲ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್: ವಾಟರ್, ವಿಂಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗ್ಲೇಷಿಯರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ರಿವರ್ ಹರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಒಂದ್ ದಿವಸ ಹಿಮಾಲಯ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಹಿಮಾಲಯ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೈಟ್ ಇದೆ? ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರೋದಲ್ವಾ, ಹಿಮಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಮುಂದೆ ಅದು ಫುಲ್ ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದಟ್? ವೈ? ಓವರ್ ಮಿಲಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹರಿತಾ ಇದಾವಲ್ಲ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದು? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಐಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಪೀಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇರೋಡಿಂಗ್, ಸವೆತ ಉಂಟು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅದೇ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೌ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್? What are those forces which are causing changes on the surface of the earth? That we are going to study in this chapter. Arthat, which chapter it is? Within geomorphology, geomorphic processes. Endogenically, what do we study? Endogenic. So exogenic artha aita? So here forces are, which are the agents, you know: wind, water and glacier. And also one more important agent is gravity. Okay, all of this. So we'll understand all of that in detail. And we will also try to frame some questions on weathering for mains and prelims. Okay, why weathering is important? Weathering ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಬೆಟ್ಟದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಎಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್?
They collect and fall below. So
Not due to wind. Weathering is only mainly due to stress which got arisen within the. So ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಬೆಟ್ಟದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಡೆದೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಚೂರ್ ಚೂರಾಗಿ ಬಿದ್ದಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಬೌಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಟ್? That is one big rock has divided into smaller fragments. So this fragmentation, right, or division of one rock into various minor fragments is called weathering. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಂತಿರುತ್ತೆ, there is no movement here. ಇದ್ದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, it is getting divided. That is called weathering. In erosion there is transportation. Wind ಬಂದು sediments na it is transporting from one place to another place. That is weathering. But there is no movement in weathering. Even if it is there a movement, it is very little movement, just that it will drop. Okay, so again mass movement will study accumulation, like accumulated matter like soil and other material suddenly fall from the slopes of mountains, right? So all of that we study here. So that you can see here, all of this is happening at the surface. One more, endogenic, the force is coming from within, right? Like earthquakes we study here. Again there is division, we will not get into that. Earthquake, volcanoes we will study as part of this, right? Volcanoes illinda barutane force, and also here the upper part is also kind of moving. Why and all we study here, but the force is coming from within. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? So then what do we study? So then we study the landforms. Landforms andre, for example you can say Himalaya mountains are a kind of landforms, right? And you can see coastal regions ಹೋದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಲ್ಲಿಗಳು, like in Kannada they say kolli, gulf and bay. These are all what? Landforms, a particular type of land, how it has formed. In glaciers there are different kinds of landforms found by each of the erosional agent. Like from rivers different kinds of landforms are formed. We study each and individual landform there. And we study how wind is creating landforms in desert areas. Alva, desert area hodaga which is the most dominating agent, or which is the most significant agent? Wind. So it is creating certain type of landforms there. All of that we study in landforms. Okay. Yes. See that here they have mentioned the same. See, physical geography. There are so many. I told you, you need not know everything else here, right? Human geography, we have anthropogeography, right? And cultural geography, population, economic, political, historical, social. Like all of this we'll study as part of what? Human geography. As part of geography, physical geography we study. Astronomical geography includes about solar system, and other things. Then geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, soil geography, that we can study as part of geomorphology also. Then biogeography, there also soil we can study. So all of this we'll study where? As part of astronomical geography. Yes. There is a basic introduction of what is geomorphology and all. Okay. See, if you see here, what is geomorphology? They have given geomorphology is a scientific study of the origin of the landforms. Right, landforms they have given here. Right, they have given like plains. There are different kinds of landforms are there. We will come to that. This is riverine landform, right? So again, climate. In climate, what do we study? let's come back to our things. Okay, what do we study in climatology? Geomorphology, you got an idea what do we study? And within that part we will also study some more concept like earthquakes in detail, right? There can be questions from there, and so many others minor topics are there. I'm giving you like a broader skeleton of what are we going to study in climatology. Climatology we study atmospheric structure and composition. Atmospheric structure. See, atmosphere ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭೂಮಿ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಒಂದು ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? It is not one uniform layer. There are different layers within this atmosphere. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? We have earth. Around earth we have layer of gases that is called atmosphere, right? This atmosphere is not uniform. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಕೊನೆವರೆಗೂ it is not same. It is arranged in different layers based on various factors like temperature ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, density ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, right? Humidity and various, mainly temperature. Based on those characteristics, there are different layers within atmosphere that we are going to study here. Atmospheric structure. And also we study composition of gases. Different types of gases are there: nitrogen, oxygen. Okay, there are small topics we'll study. Then we'll study the water in the atmosphere, right? Water is in different forms, right? Water is in different forms, so we will study water cycle, and also we'll study how clouds are formed. Okay, cloud formation, and some other concepts like humidity, what is pressure, atara basic, and distribution. Then we'll study distribution of temperature and all, distribution of temperature and pressure. Okay, all of this we'll study here. And we'll also study some of the phenomena like cyclones. Cyclones, there are two types of like cyclones. Which are they? Tropical cyclones and temperate cyclones. Okay, we'll study cyclones. Then we study climate classification. Open classification anta barutte. Climate classification. Okay. Earth climate is not same everywhere. Indiaದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಯುರೋಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಅಂಡ್ ವಿದಿನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರ ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಟ್? ನಾರ್ದರ್ನ್ ವಿದಿನ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಕೂಡ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್. ಸೊ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲಿ ಈ ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ಸ್ ನ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಒಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಪ್ಪೆನ್ ಅನ್ನೋರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಆಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ climatology. Then we study oceanography. In oceanography, we'll study the structure of ocean, right? We study the structure of ocean. Alva. Ocean is also not like flat below. Direct tagilina jump ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ direct ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Right? That there are more relief features in oceans than on land ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ, ಈ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓಷಿಯನ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ. ವಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ದ ಓಷಿಯನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ದೆನ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಫೆನಾಮಿನಾ ಲೈಕ್ ಓಷಿಯನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಕೇಳಿದಿರ ಓಷಿಯನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ? ಓಷಿಯನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ಸ್, tides, and also ocean related landforms. Okay, all of that we will study here. You want to write down the syllabus? You have to write down the important thing, that is you have to write down syllabus which has been given by UPSC. Okay, all of this I have just explained to make you understand. Now we will actually study the UPSC syllabus and we will decipher that. Okay, that is why I was telling you need not write down. Okay, so UPSC syllabus ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ? See, salient features of world's physical geography ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. There are three major divisions has been given in UPSC syllabus. First thing is salient features of world's physical geography. Salient features of what? World's physical geography. ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ UPSC ಅವರು, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ salient features of world's physical geography. Physical geography ಏನ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಸೇ ನೋ? ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು, salient features of world physical geography. ನೀವೇನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಇದರಿಂದ? ವಾಟ್ ಡು ವಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್? Same geomorphology, climatology, and oceanography. All of that we will study here, right? Okay. Then second topic they have given distribution of key natural resources. Distribution of key natural resources. See, ಈ ತರ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಜಾಗ್ರಫಿ, ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಜಾಗ್ರಫಿ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ರೈಟ್? They have only given distribution of key natural resources across the world, including South Asia and Indian subcontinent. You can write it down. Distribution of key natural resources, including what? South Asia and Indian subcontinent. Indian subcontinent. See, don't think like we are wasting time here. This is the most important critical thing you have to start off. Before starting off, this is definitely most important thing. It will save a lot of your time. It will give you direction. When you see mains questions, then you have to link it to the topic. If you're able to link it, then only you are good to go. Otherwise, you will never feel confident about it. The exam is all about feeling confident about it. Only if you are feeling confident, you can win it, right? Okay. So distribution of key natural resources, South Asia and Indian subcontinent. Then after that, and second topic itself is continued, and they have said they have given factors responsible for location of primary, secondary, and tertiary sector industries. Primary, secondary, and tertiary sector industries. Getting me? What they have given here? In various parts of world. In various parts of world. What they have given? Factors responsible for location of industries. There are different kinds of industries. In primary sector, you know, already we have told you, we have discussed about it. Secondary sector, you know, what is secondary sector? Tertiary sector also, you know, right? Mainly services. So there are different kinds of industries. In you can see in world, in different parts of the world, different kinds of industries are located. Manufacturing industry, for example, if you go to Europe, in Germany and all, there are so many manufacturing industries, right? Mainly rural region, right? And in USA and all, you can see software related industries, right? Silicon Valley, right? And in India also, we can see in Bengaluru is a hub of software industries, right? IT sector. So manufacturing industries are, you can see in Tamil Nadu, Gujarat and all, manufacturing, different kinds of industries are located. Steel plants and all located in eastern parts, right? So what are the factors which are responsible for the distribution of those industries? Why a particular type of industry is situated in a particular region? Okay, so that was like overall picture which has been given by UPSC to us. They're not asked in detail, like they're not given in detail. There is no much clarity in it, but overall the topics will be surrounding to that. So all economic topics, economic geography topics we study here. Distribution of key natural resources, right? I want to decipher again, not just this. Again, I will give you what are the micro topics that we are going to study here. First, we will understand what UPSC has given. Okay. Then third topic is important geophysical phenomena. Important geophysical phenomena. So here we have earthquakes. See, geophysical phenomena. Phenomena andre ಏನು ಓದ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು? We study here earthquakes. Okay. Then volcanic activities. Volcanic activity. Volcanic activity. Then other phenomena include cyclone. Then geography, etc. This is phenomena, etc. etc. Andre there can be other phenomena also, right? So then geographical features. Geographical features. Geographical features like geographical features and their location changes. And their location changes. Write down. And their location changes in critical geographical features. In critical geographical features, including water bodies, geographical features and their location changes in critical geographical features, including water bodies and ice caps. And continue. And in flora and fauna. And in flora and fauna. And the effects of such changes. And the effects of such changes. So here we mainly study in third chapter, geographical features include mainly landforms, okay, and water bodies. So now you can, this is not how we study. How we study? This has been given by UPSC. How do we study? We study physical geography, geomorphology, climatology, and oceanography and biogeography. So you have to link all of them here to the syllabus. Syllabus has been given like this. Okay. So first thing they have given here in syllabus, salient features of world physical geography. Here we study physical geography. For example, geomorphology, we study origin and evolution of Earth, right? Then interior of the Earth, distribution of continents, plate tectonic theory, then distribution of earthquakes. All of that we study here, right? And geomorphic process, endogenic, exogenic processes, landforms. Okay, where do we study? Here. Okay, not only here, not only that, also we study here climatology, right? All of that. They ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ just world physical geography ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ. And you can see third one, this section. Can you club it with that? Geographical phenomena ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Cyclones, earthquakes. See, these are, while studying this, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, right? First section and this third section we actually club and study as part of one. Okay, So confusion illa, we study physical geography, geomorphology, climatology and oceanography. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? So distribution of key natural resources and all ಇವೆಲ್ಲ related to economic geography. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? It is very very vague term, clear ಆಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, right? So it can be anything about primary and tertiary sector. ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So syllabus ಅಲ್ಲಿ we'll go systematically one by one and we'll study everything in detail. Okay. So hope you have understood the syllabus. Any doubts in the syllabus? ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದ್ಯಾ? Clear about this? Tell me again. What do we study in geography? Physical geography and human geography. Simple, alva. So physical geography we study geomorphology, oceanography and biogeography. Okay. So after studying physical geography, we'll study physical geography of India. See, world ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ we apply it to India. Right? ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹಿಮಾಲಯ ಅಂತ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಜೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಫಿಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ. ದೇರ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ sides of India, right? Different physical features of India like mountains, plateaus. You already know how mountains are formed. Where? While studying first section, world physical geography. Now we'll study what exactly these Indian mountains, how they look, right? We have divided into different series and all. How exactly we study there. But the concepts and you already know how they are formed and okay, what is going to happen to them. That we have already studied. In Indian geography, we actually study the mapping and all. How exactly it has come here. Like same concept we apply here. Like if we have to also discuss about Karnataka geography, that also we will do. But concepts you already know. So if you have understood the syllabus, now we can proceed to understand how questions are being asked. We will take 2023 questions as model. Right? That is the recent one, right? So we have to adapt our preparation only to that. Okay. Have you guys gone through exam question paper of 2023 prelims as well as mains? See, you may not understand anything now, but don't worry. And instead of getting into the questions in the end, it is better to spend some energy on questions, because while studying you will understand this is how questions are being asked, this is how I have to study. Instead of making all ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದಿದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಈ ತರ ಓದ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ, we should not come from the beginning, ಅಲ್ವಾ? Model questions like previous year questions are our directions. Okay, that gives exact clarity how we have to take a particular chapter and to what extent we have to go. Just a deep ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, right? So for that, I think it would be better to keep questions in the beginning. Even if you do not understand, spend some energy. See, spending energy is important. If you spend some energy, then only will understand ki this is how questions will be asked. Otherwise, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. You have to ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ you should try to answer. Some logic, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿರೋದು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ try to answer. See, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. You are spending energy on that topic, right? Then you are getting into that. Then you will understand, oh, this is the depth they'll ask, right? Fine. Shall I ask you questions? See, they have asked, consider the following trees. This year question. They have given 3 trees. Jackfruit. ಏನಿದು 3 ಟ್ರೀ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಜಾಕ್ಫ್ರೂಟ್, ಎರಡನೇದು they have given mahua. These are names of trees. Okay. Third one, teak. ಈ 3 ಟ್ರೀ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. They have asked how many of them are deciduous trees. ಏನಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ? Deciduous trees. ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಡೆಸಿಡಿಯಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾವ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನು? ಕ್ಲೈಮೆಟಾಲಜಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? ಓಷನೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ, ಜಿಯೋಮಾರ್ಫಾಲಜಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್, ಬಯೋಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ವೆಜಿಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವ್ರ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ವೆಜಿಟೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಏನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇಂದ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೋದಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಹೆಸರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಆರ್ ವೆನ್ ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಆನ್ ದೋಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಓ ಈ ತರ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್. ಎನಿಬಡಿ ನೋ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್? ಡೆಸಿಡಿವಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಿ, ಜಾಕ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ರೇನ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಯೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಜಾಕ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆವಿ ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್ ಬೇಕು. ಡೆಸಿಡಿಯಸ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಂಟರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಶೆಡ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್. ಮಳೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ದೇ ಗ್ರೋ, ಬಟ್ ಡ್ರೈ ಸೀಸನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಗಳನ್ನ ಉದುರಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ಗಳು. ದೇ ಶೆಡ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್. ಓಕೆ, such trees are called deciduous trees. Okay, we'll study all of that. So teak and mahua, they shed, but jackfruit is in rainforest. Rainforest ಅಲ್ಲಿ there is continuous rainfall. It does not shed ಆ ತರ. Okay, example ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Okay, one more question they asked in this was kind of tough question, you might not. India has more arable area than China. India has more arable area than China. Arable area means where agriculture is possible. Okay, so first statement is, you know that China is much larger in terms of geographical extent, in terms of geographical area. China is much larger, but in terms of arable area, they are telling India has more arable area than China. First statement. Second statement, they are saying the proportion of irrigated area is more in India. Irrigated area ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀರಾವರಿ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. There are different types of irrigations, you all know, right? Canal ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ವೆಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, right? Tank systems ಇರ್ಬೋದು, right? There are different types of irrigation systems. So the irrigated area is more in India. ನೀರಾವರಿ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಪ್ರದೇಶ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, irrigated area even same. This is in terms of arable area. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ? India has more than China what? Irrigated area. Then the average productivity per hectare in Indian agriculture is higher. Productivity is higher. Why are you writing it down? These are previous year question papers. You get it anywhere. Okay. Why I'm putting it in the first class is because I told you, no, next class start admele you'll get some idea how the questions are being asked. So that is why I'm discussing here. Keep yourself free. You need not, don't have that fear of missing out. Keep your brains free. Okay, then only it's like cricket ಆಡ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. If they think about the crowd, if they come into that pressure, if okay, they have that fear of missing out, right? I may not miss out this opportunity. Then you will not perform well. Keep yourself like courageous. Nothing, everything will be here. Just spend energy in thinking all of this. Then third one is what? Productivity. Productivity ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ? ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. This was kind of tricky question. Many people found it difficult. And ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು as part of syllabus regular ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ we do not come across this. So it depends on how much extra knowledge you get accumulated, how much vivid reading habit you have. Based on that you can, and ಕೆಲವೊಂದು guess ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, but the question is how many of our statements are correct. That means you should be sure about everything. Then only you can answer. How many of, ಮುಂಚೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? 1 and 2 ಆತರ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರು ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ಎರಡು ಅಲ್ವಾ? So now it is not like that. You should know and you should be sure about every statement. So ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮುಗೀತು, ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಎರಡು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇದ್ರು ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಶೋರ್. ಬಟ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ಒಂದು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರು ಎರಡು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರು ದರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ನೌ ಯು ಇಫ್ ಯು can you say this India has more arable than China, arable land than China, right? How do you know this? Okay, but if we study, like if you imagine, if you do not know this fact, we think like China has more land area, maybe arable area is more than, but right, we think like that. But China is surrounded by this Tibetan area is mountainous and northern Gobi desert and all, right? So arable area is less than India. This is correct. And India irrigated area ನೀರಾವರಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. This can be more trickier. Huh? This is also correct. India has around 46% as of now. China has around 41% in terms of irrigated area. Okay. So, itara. Some questions are tricky and difficult. Productivity in India is more. Productivity ಅಂದ್ರೆ per hectare ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಗಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So this is like they are much advanced, right? In terms of the productivity is much higher there, more than 2-3 times of India. So questions are being asked. So this is part of agriculture. We cannot directly connect it, right? So then next question, which one of the following is best example of repeated falls in sea level giving rise to present day extensive marshland? I can share, but yeah, I will bring I will do something about it tomorrow. This was first class, so yeah, I can directly connect it to internet. Okay, let it be. Tomorrow, today I will ask questions. Which one of the following is best example of repeated falls in sea level? Sea level repeated agi, like there is a downfall giving rise to present day extensive marshland. Marshland andre marshland is like wetland, no? Marshy ಅಂದ್ರೆ like water ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಿಂತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಪಕ್ಕ, that we call marshland. So repeated sea level fall ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. With that we study like there is this marshland has developed. Which is that area? They are given statements like Bhitarkanika mangroves, Marakkand salt, Naupada swamp and run of Kutch. Which could be the answer? Repeated sea level falling and marshy land. It's actually run of Kutch. This we study while studying Indian geography. This is kind of not difficult question. This is expected. Get the confidence that while studying Indian geography, we'll definitely go through this. Okay, so this is not a tough question. Then there was limonite and rutile. There are two ores abundantly available in certain coast tracts are rich resources of which one of the following? Andre idu limonite and rutile. Okay. They were asked their ores of which metal? They were given aluminum, copper, iron and titanium. The answer is titanium. Focus on the topic. They were asked resources. Natural resources hotivalla. Their Indian resources definitely we should focus more. And coastal resources are always in news. Example, the monazite sand anta barutte. Okay. You know that India has rich resources of one nuclear material. What is that? Thorium. ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಥೋರಿಯಂ ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಥೋರಿಯಂ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ? ಕೋಸ್ಟಲ್ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೋಸ್ಟಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ thorium. Okay, that is why it was in news. Coastal resources are in news. Okay, so this is also kind of tough question, but it is expected and options are also easy. Aluminum, copper, iron and nickel or titanium. See, iron and you know ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ನೀವು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಐರನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅದೇ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋದು, ರೈಟ್? ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯು ನೋ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಯು ನೋ ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜಾರ್ಖಂಡ್, ದಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಟ್. Aluminum and titanium are left out. Okay, And titanium, you can see if you have little knowledge, you can understand that they are titanium ಎಲ್ಲ coastal side ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. So by that also we can guess. So from which concept they have, from which topic they have asked? Natural resources, right? Natural resources. Understanding? About 3/4 of ನೋಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿ. ಕೋಬಾಲ್ಟ್, ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೋಬಾಲ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಟ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎರಡನೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಕೋಬಾಲ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಂತ? ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟೀನಾ, ಬೋಟ್ಸ್ವಾನಾ, DRC ಅಂಡ್ ಕಜಾಕ್ಸ್ತಾನ್. ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಇನ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಸರ್ವೆ ಕೂಡ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅನ್ ಈಸಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸರ್ವೆ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್. ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ DRC, ಡೆಮೊಕ್ರೆಟಿಕ್ ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಗೋ. ಯಾವ ಕಾಂಟಿನೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ? ಏಷ್ಯಾ, ಯುರೋಪ್, ಆಫ್ರಿಕಾ? ಆಫ್ರಿಕಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಕಾಂಗೋ ಬೇಸಿನ್, ಎಸ್. ಸೊ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾರಾ? ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ. ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಇವಾಗ? 2 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಮೇಲೆ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ರನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಚ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಒಂದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ, ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ, ಬಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ, ರೈಟ್? ದೆನ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು? ಇಷ್ಟು ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಚೈನಾ, ದಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಬಯೋಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಬಯೋ geography, right? One question was there. Then one more Indian physical geography mele they have asked Amarkantak Hills. This is simple mapping. Amarkantak Hills ellide anta. Then they have asked Bilgiri Rangana Hills, where they are located. Seshachalam Hills. Simple alva, mapping ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. That also you cannot miss. If you are studying sincerely, see questions are being asked. Easy questions ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay. Amarkantak Hills are at the confluence of Vindhya and Sahyadri ranges. ವಿಂಧ್ಯ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಹ್ಯಾದ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮರ್ಕಂಟಕ್ ಹಿಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ರೈಟ್ ಆರ್ ರಾಂಗ್? ವಿಂಧ್ಯ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಹ್ಯಾದ್ರಿ ದೇವ್ ಆಸ್ಟ್. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸಹ್ಯಾದ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್. ವಿಂಧ್ಯಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಅಮರ್ಕಂಟಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವಿಂಧ್ಯ ಅಂಡ್ ಸತ್ಪುರ, ನಾಟ್ ಸಹ್ಯಾದ್ರಿ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ? One more statement is Billigiri Rangana Hills considered the easternmost part of Satpura range. Satpura range alli last ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೆ. Billigiri Rangana Hills ಇವನು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದವರು ಈಸಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Seshachalam Hills constitute the southernmost part of Western Ghats. Seshachalam Hills are in Andhra, part of Tirupati range, Eastern Ghats. They have given in Western Ghats. Wrong. So questions are being asked from there. Indian physical geography. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ಯಾ? Can I write it down here? Another question. 2 questions from here. Okay. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್? ಇವಾಗ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿವೈಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್. ಜಿಯೋಮಾರ್ಫಾಲಜಿ, ಕ್ಲೈಮೆಟಾಲಜಿ, ಓಷಿಯೋನೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ at India level. Then one more question. They have east-west corridor under Golden Quadrilateral project. Connect Dibrugarh to Surat ante. East-west corridor. This is about what? Roadways. Economic geography ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? ಆನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ರೈಟ್? ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ಬೋದು, ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಫೇರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ಬೋದು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ, ಟು ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್. ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದಾಗ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಟ್? ದೇರ್ ರೋಡ್ವೇಸ್ ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ if you add current affairs, there also you can connect it to geography, right? ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾರಿಡಾರ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ? ಈಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾರಿಡಾರ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಟು ಹಿಯರ್. ಏನೋ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಸೌತ್ ಕಾರಿಡಾರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹೇಳಿ. ಈಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾರಿಡಾರ್. they have given ದಿಬ್ರುಗಢ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಅಸ್ಸಾಂ. ಸೂರತ್ ಇನ್ ಗುಜರಾತ್. That is wrong actually. It connects from I think it is Silchar in Assam to Porbandar. Silchar ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಪೋರ್ಬಂದರ್. Trilateral highway connects Moreh in Manipur to Chiang Mai. See, this is always in news. India, Myanmar and Thailand. Trilateral highway ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. Roadways ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ we will definitely read that. Okay. So I am telling you, if you study properly, definitely you can answer this. Studying properly in a focused manner is important. Study here. They have given Moreh in Manipur and Chiang Mai in Thailand. Why Myanmar? See, the places are Moreh in Manipur to Mesoth. There is a place called Mesoth in Thailand. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಫೇರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ರೈಟ್, 2 ಎಂಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ. ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಹೈವೇ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಟು ಥೈಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಮೇಸಪ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಏನೋ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್. See, the margin of error this time is less because you should know every statement. Earlier ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು 70-80% ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ. Now you should know it clearly. Okay. Yes, then one more question is, with reference to Earth atmosphere, which one of the following statement is correct? Earth atmosphere ಬಗ್ಗೆ question ಕೇಳಿದಾರಾ? See, every topic I have introduced you, questions are coming, right? The question is, the total amount of insolation received at the equator is roughly about 10 times of that received at poles. Andre, at equator, how much of energy we are receiving from sun? That is 10 times than what we receive at the poles. That is the statement. See, NCERT they have given the number. Okay, just they have given like 320 watt per meter square. This they have given. Okay, at equator, this much of energy we get from sun, insolation. Where? At equator. At poles it is 70. ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು? ಅರೌಂಡ್ 7 into 4 5 4 to 5. In between that they went 10 times. 10 times is too much. There is, so you can say it is wrong statement, right? Infrared rays constitute roughly 2/3 of insolation. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ simple questions. Insolation ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತಾ? Insolation is incoming solar radiation which is coming to the earth surface, and what earth radiates is terrestrial radiation. This infrared radiation has high energy. You know, IR, infrared means that has lesser energy. Don't worry, this we will study. Okay, it is actually, this statement is wrong. Infrared rays constitute roughly 2/3 of insolation. What earth emits, majority of it is infrared, less energy. But what is coming is visible range, right? Visible range alidre it has high energy. It is not infrared. Infrared rays are what earth is emitting back into the space. What earth is receiving from sun, that is visible range. And sometimes UV range also. In early morning and will get UV range also, right? So you can say that is wrong. Simple. While studying, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ focus ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ you will understand it. Third statement, infrared waves are largely absorbed by water vapor that is concentrated in the lower atmosphere. See, climate change ಓದ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ we must have to study that water vapor is an important greenhouse gas. ಅಲ್ವಾ? Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas because ಈ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರೋ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ. Similarly, water vapor H2O also absorbs it. H2O is the largest greenhouse gas. Alva? Water vapor irutalva, that is the largest absorber of this infrared rays. So if you know that, you can, infrared waves are largely absorbed by what earth emits is infrared. You know that. So ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಿದ್ದಾರೆ? H2O. So that statement should be correct. Infrared waves are a part of visible spectrum of electromagnetic waves of solar radiation. Is it part of visible spectrum? Visible waves? Huh? Visible is different, infrared is different. So easy alva. So like that. Then one more question. Artha agtidya? Which topic you can connect it to? Physical geography, climatology, right? As part of climatology, we study. Can you see in every question, questions are coming? Huh? Do you know if you study properly, you'll get 2.5 to how many marks you could score here easily? Huh? Easy, alva? With reference to Earth's atmosphere, which one of the following statement is correct? Alva? Yes. Then again, there are two statements. First statement says the soil in tropic rainforest is rich in nutrients. Tropical rainforest. Tropical region andre idu alva. ಇಲ್ಲಿ rain forest ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ tropical region ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Here soil is rich in nutrients. Not just tropics, tropical rainforest. See, this is also very simple statement. Nan class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ I would have told you easily, right? Assume that ಈ question paper ಇನ್ನೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. Class ಅಲ್ಲಿ discuss ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ definitely would have come across this, right? ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ you will answer this. Rain forest ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಳೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮಳೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಾಗ ಇರೋಜನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇರೋಜನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಾಗ ಲೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Statement is wrong, right? Soil in tropical rainforest is rich in nutrients. Wrong statement alva. The high temperature and moisture of tropical rainforest cause dead organic matter in the soil to decompose quickly. Decomposition ತುಂಬಾ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಗುತ್ತಂತೆ. Where? Tropical rainforest. Why? Because of high temperature and moisture. It's correct question. Easy alva. Temperature ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ decomposition rate will be higher at higher temperature. And even if there is moisture, that also supports more decomposition. That second statement is correct, but first statement is wrong. Then one more question is consider the following statements. The temperature contrast between continents and ocean. Okay, that question I have marked down. It is part of soil. We study about soils, right? And also rainforest. We study this as part of biogeography, right? Soil formation ಬಗ್ಗೆ study ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ? So there we can connect again. Biogeography. There is one more question from this section also, right? One question, another question was related to trees. Okay. Then one more question. The temperature contrast between continents and ocean is greater during summer than in the winter. Oceans and land. Compare these two. You had a difference iruttalla temperature alli. That is more in summer than in winter. We are studying about, you have to focus on the word contrast. That means difference. That is more in summer than in winter. Is that statement correct or wrong? In summer, land heats up quickly, but water is still heating. So then you can see more temperature difference in summer. Okay, between land and oceans. This also, as part of climatology, we'll study this. Okay, can we add this to climatology? So why I'm telling all of this you because sumne heltilla nanu. This is very important to understand that. Get the confidence that everything that we are going to discuss here in every class, anything can be a question. If we finish climatology in few days, whenever we do it, in those 4 days, at least 1 or 2 questions will be there. When we finish geomorphology, physical geography, at least 1 or 2 questions will be there. In every chapter, you are getting questions. Only then you will find the importance of attending classes and of being regular with respect to your studies. Most of the people forget it after few days, that you will not find the importance that what you are studying now could be the question in the exam. Instead of revising it in the end every day when we are studying, one topic mele, if we have the clarity and if we discuss the questions like this, I have many questions framed for myself. Like we can discuss those questions in class. On every chapter, either complicated questions on UPSC standard, I have prepared questions. We will discuss that in the class. After chapter, we will discuss those questions. Okay? Understanding or not? Then there is one more question on earthquakes. In a seismograph, P waves are recorded first, then S waves anta kottidare. P waves, S waves, naturally these are very easy questions. Already you know that important geophysical phenomena earthquake kuda ಓದ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, volcanic activity, earthquake. ಆ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದೆ. Are they going beyond the syllabus? No, right? So every chapter is important. Important or not? So will you be so much serious with respect to classes and studies? That's what the objective of today's class. I wanted to make you understand that direct questions will be there, and many questions will be from what we discuss. Even 2-3 questions tough ಇರ್ಬೋದು, extra ಓದಿದ್ರೆ you can solve otherwise. But many questions, in many questions, at least 1 or 2 statements we would have discussed in the class itself, right? Then one more question says, with reference to coal-based thermal power plants. This is in, as part of economic geography, we can say. Industries and thermal power, they have asked related to thermal power plants. Okay, this was about prelims. Quickly, I will go through, I will take you through mains questions also. I will introduce you how the questions are being asked. Shall I? Prelims, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ 2023? ಮುಂಚೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್? ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್? ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಆದ್ರೂ? Okay, no worries. Come to mains. Mains is a different ball game, right? Here you should have concepts. You should interlinkage of topics. Same topic, similar climatology, adhe ide ella next, but you should connect it. And there may be a chance that you should have to connect to different subjects also. Sometimes disaster management ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಎರಡು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಓದಿರೋದು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಡಿಸಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ರೈಟ್? So there is a question, discuss the consequences of climate change on food security in tropical countries. Anybody understood? Tell me, what is that? Anyone? Discuss the consequences of climate change on the food security in tropical countries. Where you have to focus? You should focus on climate change. Okay. So geography discuss ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ climate change ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದಿರ್ತೀವಾ? Right. So you know what is climate change. You know some basics about climate change as part of your geography syllabus. Then on food security. Food security also you can study in various GS subjects. In GS2 also you'll study. In GS3 also you'll study food security and all. Okay. Can you see in mains there is interlinking, but can you connect it to geography or not? And this has been asked in paper 1. So definitely it's part of geography. Okay, climate change. Okay. What they ask, climate change, consequences of climate change on what? Food security. Food security. Then you have to link it to tropical countries, only in tropical countries. Right? Tropical countries andre ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? So here you can draw a map, world map ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ rough ಆಗಿ draw ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು you should show this is what is tropical. Tropical countries andre mainly Africa and Asia, right? Mainly Europe and all, mainly they are in temperate region. So focus should be here, Africa, mainly Africa, Middle East, and here Asia, right? So we have to connect climate change. They're telling consequences from climate change, how it is going to impact on food security in these countries. So climate change in the basics you will study here in geography. What are the impacts? And as part of climate environment mainly, allu kuda ನಾವು ಮೇಜರ್ ಆಗಿ climate change study ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Climate change you will know. ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ climate change ಇಂದ rainfall distribution correct ಆಗಿ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, right? Heavy disasters ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, right? Can you connect? Can you give me 1 or 2 points about this? How food security is getting impacted negatively from climate change? Of course, negatively.
Shifting rainfall.
Huh? Yeah, I mean irregular rainfall, right? You can see vagaries of monsoon. Monsoon is not regular, right? There is a deficit in monsoon this year also, right? Yeah, rainfall you can connect, right? You can see overall you can say due to climate change there is a deficiency of rainfall and there is also excessive rainfall in some regions. ಮಳೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. It causes what? Crop damage. Link it to agriculture. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡ್ರಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದಾ, ಡೆಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಈ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಹಾಳಾಗ್ಬೋದು, ಲೈಕ್ ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಡೆಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ, or there should be some lacuna in that, right? So after that, what happened? Of course, concepts, you know what is climate change. What heat waves you can connect to if you're talking about temperature, you can say heat waves. That also is one of the factors, like that can also has the impact on agriculture growth. Heat waves. Then yes, El Nino La Nino connected to can you connect it to El Nino La Nino? If there is El Nino, our agriculture will get affected, right? So you have to talk not only with respect to India, tropical countries majorly, right? So don't write like ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಕೊಡೋದಲ್ಲ, right? That you should focus. Arthak, can you connect it? Melting of glaciers in various alva rivers have sources in glaciers, not only in India but in other Middle East countries, right? Euphrates, Tigris, and also some rivers in China, right? And also in Southeast Asia, Mekong and all, they're very important rivers. They're fed by glaciers. Glaciers ಇಂದ ತಾನೇ ಅದು ಇವಾಗ ಗಂಗಾ ನದಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ? The source is a glacier, Gangotri Glacier. Due to climate change, temperature is increasing. If temperature is increasing, glaciers are melting at faster rate. If they melt out quickly, there will be the rivers will dry up in future. So that will have impact on food security, because ಈ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಹೈ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್. And one more thing, due to climate, why tropical country? Because tropical country has highest population. If you compare temperate and tropical country, highest population density is where? Tropical countries. So due to climate change, who will be affected more? Tropical countries. Like this, I'm giving you a hint, like how to study. In mains, you should think about the solutions. You should think about the problems, not just concepts. As part of prelims, you will study climate change, gases and all, everything we study. Other understanding itkondu basics will clear agutte, right? Food security also you might study in as part of prelims, but it's mainly like mains. You should link it to impacts of climate change on various sectors that you can study, right? Climate change is a burning issue, right? If you just think like climate change burning issue, it will have impact on so many things. Inequality, that can be a question also, right? That can be a question. How climate change is causing gender inequality, male and female inequality is getting created, poor and overall inequality is getting created. Between developed and developing nations also inequality is creating. Such questions can be asked. Are you understanding how to think for mains? So one more question is, why is the world today confronted with a crisis of availability of and access to fresh water resources? Natural resources ಅಂತಿದ್ಯಾ? Natural resources ಅಲ್ಲಿ there are not only these mineral resources, agriculture, these water resources. Every year, every year there will be question on water. Expected topic only. Water resources ಮೇಲೆ question ಬಂದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Previous year question paper ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ analyze ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ you can understand this area they are asking questions. Fresh water resources or water resources ಮೇಲೆ they might ask question on groundwater only. They might ask only on fresh water. Any water they can ask. Water pollution is also happening. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? So what is the question? Question they are asking, why is the world today confronted with a crisis is running? Which crisis? Related to availability and access to freshwater resources. There are two sections here. One is related to availability of water resources. What? Which water? Fresh water, right? Availability. Then accessibility. So in answer, write something. How do you introduce it? You can introduce in various ways. You can say fresh water resource. You can show some data that the fresh water on earth is very limited, right? Most of the water is in oceans, which is saline, right? And remaining water is in ice forms, in the form of ice. That is also not available to us. Like that, however, you can bring a introduction, right? You can show in the introduction that the availability of fresh water is very minimal on earth, right? Then you can proceed with this body. You have to talk about availability and accessibility. This is a 10 mark question. directly talk about crisis in availability. What can be the reasons? Because the question is starting from why. So you have to talk about why there is a crisis in availability. See, in geography, while studying, how do you have to link it? When you study resources, focus that mains questions can also be there, not just NCRT books, exact data will be asked. No. What do you understand by this? How active are you with respect to analyzing the global issues? Expected question, if you analyze simply, climate change is happening, and yeah, that question is there. And with respect what on water, every year question is being asked, and you regularly there will be water related crisis. For example, in Karnataka also, you can see Karnataka and Tamil Nadu water distribution issue is ongoing with respect to sharing of river water of Kaveri. So many water crisis is going on. So there is so much of fight for fresh water, and in many global cities, water they are running out of water. Groundwater is depleting. So water can be an important question, right? Then, if you want to connect it to syllabus, you can say it is part of natural resources. Is water not a natural resources? It is, right. So that is how you have to go one step ahead for mains. Don't stop yourself only to prelims. Think ahead. Think about mains and as well as interview. Well, because in interview, any questions they can ask. If you are from Karnataka, they can ask about Karnataka and Tamil Nadu water dispute. Then they might link it to climate change. How climate change is causing this issue? They can ask how climate is change related to river water disputes in India. Right? Anything in mains as well as I'm telling you, study comprehensively. We are not studying only for prelims here. We will club it and we will try to frame some questions on every topic and we'll discuss them. And you can also write answers wherever you find on the topics that we complete. If you find any questions anywhere, you can search on your own also. If I provide, answer that also. Or else I will make you write down here also. Write answers and you can show me anytime. I'll try to evaluate and I'll give you suggestions how to move it. Okay. Then there is a this topic is from what? Resources. Then how are fjords are formed? Fjords are fjords. This is see this we study as part of landforms. Glacial landforms you'll study. I told you, right? Landforms ಅಲ್ಲಿ river landforms ಅದರ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ this is landform of glacial landform. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಓದ್ತೀವಿ geographyಲಿ basically chapter ಬಂದು ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. But they ask mains question on that one landform. So for many people it is a difficult question because everyone know what is faults. If they have studied sincerely, they know what it is. They can also draw diagram. So in geography, drawing diagram is there is a lot of scope. Mapping and these landforms. Okay, keep practicing those also whenever it is available. Okay, why do they constitute some of the most picturesque area of the world? And why they look beautiful? That is the question. In geography, while studying, we'll only study this is jorts, like we'll draw some diagram. Will one or two lines have been given in, so you know what is this jorts actually. But why they're beautiful, you should explain. Then you have to imagine how it looks. Then you write about that. Like for example, it's like this U-shaped valley will be there. There will be mountain on both the sides. Okay, and there is a, you can say, hanging valley is here. Hanging valley, and it is a place where both glacial landforms and ocean landforms meet, because water will be there and ice will also be there. Both landforms meet. I think that's the only site place where both of them meet together. And there is also natural vegetation around it, and U-shaped hanging valleys, waterfalls will also be there. Only if you know what, if you have researched about it, you have seen pictures about it. If you have seen it, one or two pictures of it, then you can imagine and write why they are picturesque sites. Understood? So mains is all about how comprehensive you are thinking about it, not just like what are jorts and you are ending it. No, you're not stopping there. You are thinking some extra things about it, how climate change might impact this. For example, same topic, climate change. There are glaciers, right, surrounding to. Due to climate change is what? Due to climate change, what is happening? Sea level is rising. Rising. If sea level is rising, it is coming in contact with hot water, right? So then those glacial melting will expedite. So there is a threat to these jobs also. So maybe for that they've asked these questions. So somewhere it is related to current affairs. Okay. But they link it to static portion only. There's one more question. This is very interesting. Why is the southwest monsoon called Purvaya? Southwest monsoon. We all study southwest monsoon, Indian part. Okay, Indian geography. So if you want me to link it to syllabus, first question: climate change on food security in tropical regions, tropical countries. That they've asked, right? You can link it to which topic? Climate change and all. Huh? First question they asked. We have discussed, right? We have discussed about impact of climate change on food security. To which topic we can connect it? Climatology. Climate change is related to climatology, right? So then freshwater resources, natural resources. Then how are jot from this is part of again physical geography. Physical geography landforms. From there questions are coming. Then why is southwest monsoon called Purvaya? This is most of the people wouldn't have heard about it. We do not how to tackle such questions because nobody would have told about this, talked about this. They're asking southwest monsoon. We all have studied in detail for mains and all. We will prepare, but they have asked what is why they are called Purvaya in certain region, Bhojpur region, like Bihar region. That's the question. Can you try to answer this? If you know the concept, you can somehow link it. See, uh, monsoon, southwest monsoon come from this side, no? Huh? There are two branches. One branch is Arabian branch. Another branch goes here. This is Bay of Bengal branch. There are mountains here. Okay, this especially they hit to this Arakan mountains, and from there they'll turn this side and go to North India in this direction. So from which direction they're coming? If you're standing here, they're coming from east. So southwest monsoon are becoming what? Easterly kind of things. That is why they are called Purvaya. Even if you do not know, you can think on these lines. Earlier, we don't have think that. That is why writing answers is very important. This you will get only if you practice more. Right? Somehow you will connect it to answer. If you do not know anything, there's no need to write about this. You can skip this question. But if you get a little idea, you can write something and fetch as many marks as possible. As many marks as that you can possibly score. Understood? Nobody would have thought such question would come. But still, if you have little presence of mind, Bhojpur region, you should not give up. Right? Bhojpur region somewhere here. Southwest monsoon they're talking about. Easterlies. Maybe wind is coming from this side. How it comes here? Maybe this branch. You know this process already. If you study monsoon, you'll definitely would study this direction. So that's how you have to connect. And one more thing they've asked, how it is impacting their cultural ethos. Like how it is having, because of this, their culture is a little different. Something, why it is different, you have to talk about it. In terms of their festival, clothing, food style, right? Even if you do not know, you can write something about it. Wherever there is, depending upon the climate, the clothing and the culture changes, right? Every year during monsoon, there will be festival celebrated all over India. Right. Even in Karnataka, we celebrate during monsoon season. So somehow you can link it and you can write vaguely, like they have impact on their agriculture and festivals, food and all. Somehow you can link and try to write as much as possible. Such questions, you may not score high marks, but even if you get 2-3 marks, right? Right. If you dot some diagram, you may get 4 marks also. Right. Somehow try to score extra. That's what the point is. So this question is from Indian geography, climate, Indian climate, right? Climatology, but Indian. When we study the similar pattern in India also, right? Then comment on the resource potential of long coastline of India and highlight the status of natural hazard preparedness in these areas. See, coastline of India again. Prelims also they've asked one question on Indian coast. Huh? There also resources they have focused. They have asked which this lemonite and rutile, they are ores of which metal they asked, right? So again, coastline, about coastline they asked. Again, they will link it to resources. There are various kinds of resources, not only mineral resources. On the coastline, what are the various types of resources you can find? You can find forest resources, huh? Like mangroves are here, right? Minerals, mineral resources, right? You can write thorium and all. India has the largest reserve of thorium in the world. That point you must have to mention here, right? And also energy resources from coastal, offshore wind energy, okay, and solar, and even OTEC, ocean thermal energy conversion, then wave energy. From that also we can generate electricity. Energy resources are there. Then many coal power plants are there located along this coast, right? And also we can say other resources, you can say agriculture, you can link it to agriculture resources, right, in coastal areas, such that you can divide resources, whatever you know, you can write about it. Then they asked, highlight the status of natural hazard preparedness in these areas. Natural hazards in coastal areas, mainly tsunami and cyclones. They're the main two disasters that coastal areas experience, right? Which are they? Tsunami and cyclone. How much they are prepared? That is the question. This you study as part of disaster management, but that's kind of associated topic subject of geography. There also you can study. Understood? So there are, as part of GS management, you will study that after 2004 tsunami, we have developed this early warning system for tsunami. Okay, within 10 minutes, even for cyclones, for tsunami, wherever um, the earthquake happens in the Indian Ocean, it will be every country, not only India, but other littoral countries will be informed. Okay, such system has been developed. They are prepared, right? So where you can also write about the deficiencies in that preparedness. Okay, maybe you can say the mangrove forests are depleting. The mangrove forest resources are depleting. That will expedite the hazard, right? So like that, I'm not. My objective is not to give the exact answer here. My objective today is questions are being asked like this. Study in that manner. So you can connect it to. You can link it to what? Coastline resources chapter again, right? See, from resources, many questions are being asked. Huh? So now you will definitely focus on that chapter, resources. Whenever we start studying resources, definitely you have to focus more on that. Don't you? Will focus more, right? Why? Why do you focus more on that? Because simply questions are being asked there. More number of questions are being asked. Then three more questions are there. Identify and discuss factors responsible for diversity of natural vegetation in India. In India, natural vegetation is diversified. Natural vegetation, the types of forest we study as part of biogeography. It's a direct question. Biogeography ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ವೆಜಿಟೇಷನ್ ಓದ್ತೇವೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ರೈನ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಡೆಸಿಡಿಯಸ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಆ ತರ different types of forest will study. So you have to write down factors which are responsible for the distribution. Okay, for why mountain forests are there? This is a very easy questions. While studying this, we definitely would have discussed about factors also. Then assess the significance of wildlife sanctuaries in rainforest regions of India. Again, some topic wildlife sanctuary will study as part of geography and mainly as part of environment. Wildlife sanctuary, how they are protected. Now we have to link significance of wildlife sanctuary in what? Assess the significance of wildlife sanctuary in rainforest regions. Why wildlife sanctuaries are important? You can write down, right? Why wildlife sanctuaries are important? ಹೇಳಿ. Huh? Yes. ecosystem mainly you can see in Western Ghats, biodiversity is declining, right? In rainforest are located where exactly? That you have to focus on rainforest. Earlier the rainforest India ದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ rainforest ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಮಳೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? Meghalaya, that means northeast region you can say. Then Western Ghats, ಮಲೆನಾಡಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಫುಲ್ ಮಳೆ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ರೈನ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎತ್ತರದಲ್ಲಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಸೆಮಿ ಎವರ್ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆಸಿಡಿಯಸ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ in higher altitude we see rainforest. And one more region, Andaman Nicobar, because that is near to equator. Andaman Nicobar, so there also we can say rainforest. In this rainforest there are many wildlife sanctuaries, national parks and all there. Why those wildlife sanctuaries are important, they have asked? Because simply protection goskara alva. Wildlife sanctuary is a protected area. If it is a protected area, government will notify it, government will protect the species there, it will prevent hunting, poaching and other wildlife crimes, right? And also the cutting of trees will be prevented there. This will save. We have target of 33% of forest area, right? We have to develop 30. Currently it is around 24%. We should raise it to 33%. So these sanctuaries are very important to achieve such goals. And we have target for climate change also. For that, natural vegetation is very important. So like that, overall you can connect it to topics. So this is how main should be prepared, where you are interlinking concept to concept. You have like perfect, well-ripe knowledge that you should have. Okay, but it is very easy. It's like you are discussing about some event. If somebody is fighting on the street, to watch it, you will understand easily why they are fighting, and you will make so many inquiries about it. What should have caused? Like that, every topic we should inquire and understand. Why did human development fail to keep pace with economic development in India? So there are two developments: human development and economic development. See, economic development is happening. India is the 5th largest economy in the world, right? Economic development is it not happening in India? It is happening. But why human development is not keeping at pace with that? Human development, you can say, simply you have to write about the reasons. So to understand that, you should know what is human development. That you'll study in geography, right? That is about skill levels you have, mainly education, then health. These are three important components: skill, education and health, right? So we link it to economic development. You have to write the reasons, not this. Use it to find the reasons. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? If you know human development, you should understand that economic development is more than human development. That means there is more poverty in India. There is a lot of skill gap. That will study in GS3. But that data also, little data you can use here also. What level of skill gap is there? What is unemployment rate? So that also you can apply it here, right? So then what you have to focus is factors responsible for this. You have to write. What could be? You can write various factors. Again, you can write regional differences are there, right? Some sections are developed. Like you can see Gujarat, southern India is more developed than northern India, right? So regional differences should not be there. It's all about inclusive growth concept. Growth should be inclusive, right? And due to climate change also we can add climate change. What inequality is more developing? Like some rich people are getting richer and poor is getting more poorer. Such concepts also you can link. It's like general understanding what you have about. It's a general studies. You can easily answer. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? So now you might have got confused. We are studying geography, but we are discussing all of this. That is how the UPSC general mains questions will be. And these days, the interlinking is happening more than earlier. That is what I have observed. But mains is comparatively easier. They will not go beyond the syllabus ever. Okay. Then why did this question is over. Last question is, from being net food importer in 1960s, India has emerged as a net food exporter to the world. Provide reasons. Earlier, when we were independent, we used to import a lot of food from outside. Food grains, we were dependent on other countries. Our agriculture growth, even now, productivity is less. But we are, see, this question was asked because recently India became net food highest food export value was the highest in recent times. Food product export value was highest uh, in India during recent times. On that parameter, they've asked this. Food export was highest, but in earlier times, after independence, India was net importer. What are the reasons that we have increased this food production or food surplus is there? What is the reasons? What are the reasons? Green revolution, you definitely have to write about it. Yes.
Diversity.
Diversification is still not there, I think. Still, our production of millets and pulses, we import a lot of pulses, right? India imports a lot of pulses. In pulses deficiencies there in India. That what we consume, India is a good consumer, but it's a good producer also. But we need more pulses that we import. Such other see ಇವೆಲ್ಲ exam ಅಲ್ಲಿ they might have asked what it is there, but you should write the other side also. We have become food surplus country and we are exporting food products, but you should also write about some food products we still import like palm oil. We are dependent on Southeast Asian countries, right? So Atara, yeah, you can write about many things here. It's an easy direct question. Green revolution and your you can write it to link it to animal husbandry, milk revolution and all. That is also part of that. And also you can write about various government policies like MSPs, PDS. Okay, they were also supportive systems. Then also you can write about many other recent schemes which have happened. Okay, so this is how questions are being asked. Have you understood? So you can see that question, human development wala, that question is part of economic activities, right? Then this food product, net food exporter, this topic you can link it to again economic geography, right? Agriculture, economic geography. That means overall human geography. When I'm saying economic geography, that's related to human geography. Then natural vegetation, again natural resources, biogeography. Then comment on resource coastline of India, that is again natural resources. See, from natural resources there are three questions. From natural resources itself, various kinds of natural resources including fresh water. Then monsoon, that is Indian geography also, we are getting questions. So there are 8 questions are there. Among them 4 are 15 marker and 10 are another 4 are 10 marker. Understood or not? Have you understood? Have you got introduced with the syllabus and understood how the questions are being framed? Okay, tomorrow onwards we will start from our first chapter, which will be that. What is that? Geomorphology. In that first chapter is origin of Earth. Okay, so that will be very interesting if you take the interest. Did you find this useful? Thank you. Bye.